Mm. I mean,
I
I
feel like,
you
look, look, I'm gonna answer. The punching is amazing. The creativity is amazing, but the content of the
right.
entirety from the first round to the third round, the actual content itself
You know
is
how
not
hard
gonna.
it is. You know how hard it is to flip Day for 3 rounds when he going into all that different worlds that he was in against Rock. Or like even just like my thing, like the tough part, and I'm gonna speak with Nitty and Funny. The tough part about Daylight is if whatever your one thing is, like even me, like I like to call my like I'm a heavy puncher, you know what I mean, type shit. I feel like I'm a that's why I feel like I'm a haymaker person, like not even punching, like Nitty's more punching. I'm a heavy haymaker. I gotta do more and can't just try to land haymakers on light because he's in so many pockets and stuff like that. Daylight's skill will actually put a light on what you're doing and make it look weak. Like if he's just repetitively day, and light is into all type of necrotic type of penny, because that's the thing with their battle. Everybody's going to approach that battle like a pin battle. So we all listening and watching for the pin. You know what I mean? Because you know me, I don't even give a fuck about pins. You know what I mean? But we're going to watch for the pin. You know what I mean? And that's the type of battle that is. Boy, that's gonna be boy.
Not finna sit up here and niggas could spin whatever they gonna say. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, hey, I could just clear Nitty because I don't think that's true. I most
No,
definitely believe Nitty will put up a fight. And depending on the scenario, he will possibly get me, depending on the scenario. But I'm saying based on
is that light?
Yo, can I ask a
yeah,
Don't
question?
mind
Can I
him.
ask a
Don't
yo,
mind
question?
him.
hold
He got
on, Buck.
space.
Hold on, Buck. We got to get tied up. He was up here. He was up here.
Go ahead, light.
He was good tied up.
no, I was saying like I'm not saying that you know I'm not saying that that I could clear Nitty, or I'm not saying that Nitty could clear me. I'm just saying like what I'm searching for as an artist, and not so much as an artist, like as a person that's trying to create divine moments inside like this grand scheme of Earth. Um, I want to battle people that's not afraid to rap about other things other than just killing. I'm just searching for other shit.
Hey, I want to ask a question real quick. I don't know who I got between Surf and Daylight. I feel like it depends on what the people value with Surf star power at the moment. But what I want to say real quick is I disagree with Surf. I think that you don't have to do as much as Daylight has to do. I think that there's higher expectations for Daylight because of what we're used to seeing him doing. I think that your star
The
power, which is a blessing, carries you a lot in which you can get away with what the average person can't. But with that being
right.
said, when Daylight battled Tay Rock, I think that the biggest question was, can Daylight do that again? So when he
Right.
battled King Los, I feel like his first round was him doing that
And
again. I want
and to answer that question, like you know, just going back to me versus King Los, like, some people say that it's one of the best battles they ever seen, and then some people say they didn't really like it. But I use that battle as a prime example of three different ways to approach a battle. First round, if I just rap
I
like
was about
that
to.
on the big stage, it probably would be impossible to beat me. Like, because I can get a room shaker or a crowd reaction, not every half a line, not every half a bar, every word. Just a word, C King. I just said C King. It stopped the whole building. So in regards to that, like it's not about like whether I could do what I did with Rock again. That's not the case. I think settings play a role in how you perceive the battle or how the fans perceive the battle. People watch different environments and they want different things from different environments. Like if you watching a
word.
battle and you watching a battle from a main stage setup, if you hear some shit and it don't get a crowd reaction, your brain automatically say, "Well, that didn't hit." Even if it
Word.
was dope, if you don't see nobody react, then your brain go, "Well, that was dry," or
What
it
I
didn't
think,
get reaction. But then if you transfer some of that same material into a setting where you don't see that many people, your brain is now saying, "Hey, let me listen." a lot
Right,
more, and I'm not looking for stuff to hit. So
right.
it's not about whether I could do what I did with Rock again. It's about the setting. Now, if you put me again in a quiet room with nobody in there, the exact same thing will happen.
Now look though, Day.
The
I think that
crazy
you
part, I feel like each battle has its
It's the
own.
same thing that happened with Mook,
Each battle
right?
has its own narrative and its own
Like
movie.
Mook
I
got to
think.
battle Rock in that quiet setting, and Mook looked godly.
you
But
versus
then
Surf
you
is
take
going to
Mook, that
be
same
I think
Mook,
Rock. I
and
think
then you
Rock.
put him on the stage
I
versus
disagree with you,
Reed, and
Chop.
then
I think Rock had to write up in that specific situation, like because every battle's different. You know what I mean? Like each one is its own story. I think Rock was the one that had to show he could write up for Light in that situation, and it also shows that
yeah,
it looks like a Rock that we've never seen before. A different, like Rock's in a different, that you know what I mean, he's in that pocket, you know what I mean, to where it's
yeah.
like if this was a cartoon, it's like he jumped off the ground and flew up into Light's world to fight. Light didn't come down to Earth and fight.
Facts.
You
I
know what
think
I mean?
Surf. I think you might know that you versus Daylight is going to be respectfully is going to be jabs versus haymakers. All right. What the reason why I say that is because the words like when Daylight does the Sea King, that stuff is cool and it might like get some reaction, but he needs more. He's going to need more of the fend for yourself bars to beat Surf because Surf is going to have them haymakers. The scary part about Surf is he's starting to have haymakers more often. Now, Daylight's wordplay is fire, but it's jabs at the grand scheme of thing, in my humble opinion. My main
Right.
question is this, Surf? To you, in your opinion, did Daylight and I'm a fan of you both, all right? But does Daylight look more beatable and versus Los, in your opinion, were you put at
Yeah,
least at
Daylight.
ease?
Daylight was super. Daylight looked superhuman against to me, in my respect. But I also know his approach too, so I can't cheat and act like I didn't. He literally approached each like that was. Sometimes rappers take angles and it don't work or the shit's trash. Daylight approached each angle different, like each round like a different angle, like for some whatever weird reason. Like it was three different Daylights, like I don't know, bipolar or some shit. So you know what I mean. But that was the super beatable Daylight. You know what I mean? And then eat like, and I'm not just a hate, but a lot of them in betweens. Like I'm a lemon pepper type of nigga, but the drum jerk, that's not the punch. That's in
Right,
between. Daylight
right.
has to keep up on a lot of aspects.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
word
But
for
the thing,
word, I gotta keep up. But as far as actually landing them words, he gotta keep up.
that also the advantage that Daylight has is that people are waiting. People put their ears on when Daylight are speaking already.
The
So
tricky part,
Daylight
yep.
could say something mad small, and it will get the little reaction. But again, it will be a
Right.
jab though.
Right.
So
Surf Poseidon, Sea King, that's crazy. That goes crazy. Like coming out of Daylight,
that's not a
first
haymaker
Daylight.
though. That won't break the
But
building.
no, but see, but it's different players. Like that's like if you play in a fighting game, you press XX for one person, they do something, but another person do different. In Daylight, that does. You press like that does like that's what they're expecting from Daylight. The
I'm
surf,
like I'm
surf,
like
they surfs,
I'm like Eddie Gordo on Tekken. You know how you could just press any button, like you could just press all the
and he
buttons, and
just
the nigga
start
just
doing that. He
be
just
mad.
start get the rope. He just start get the rolling. He start get the do all on his hands and his feet and all that shit. Facts.
Word, word.
I
Yeah, I
think
think
that's
that
what the
like the
Nah,
second
but
half
past
but
is.
but
battles.
my
Go
thing
ahead.
is this, right? Like, and I feel what you're saying, but you know, I think, and this goes back to narratives, right? Like we have this narrative that, oh, you're only good as your last battle, or yada yada yada, boom boom boom, or but people fail to realize, like you can go to past battles, me and Quest McCody, me or whatever, like, or me and Chilla Jones, like it ain't like I can't, don't ever think I can't be a gunline nigga or I can't be a haymaker nigga. Like don't
Right,
ever think I can't do that.
right,
And
right.
I think
You
I
I
also
just
think that I
I,
think that he's also smart enough and talented enough that when battling me, he knows that back line is going to have to hit a lot. That punch
what?
line is going to have to hit.
Yeah, well, Daylight knows when he writes for big bars. Like you could tell by his delivery when he expects the bar to hit, and when he expects the bar to get the little subtle reaction. Like I don't know if y'all like I call myself the battle rap
Yeah.
scientist. I've been studying
I
this shit.
watch him. I
So if
watch him.
Daylight does aim for haymaker, like Daylight has spoken about when he battled Rock, he's spoken about what he was supposed to do on the big stage, and he's supposed to say move smack and move smack. That joint would have rocked the building. So if he comes with that mentality in the stage setting, it's going to be very scary for Surf. So then the question is going to be if y'all both have haymakers, it's going to be which one has a higher quality punch, and that's where I think it's questionable because Surf is getting better and better, which I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect this to happen. So he could even show a new level we haven't even seen yet. You know what I'm saying? So this battle is gonna be very interesting, bro. I'm wondering. I'm wondering which day we gonna get. I think what Surf we gonna get.
That's where I be feeling like it start to separate at. Once you start having a like, even if we want to talk like anybody that want to say, oh, we just start getting a good surf, clearly don't know battle rap. When we want to talk percentage wise, like we just talking about, you take a nigga whole cluster of his battles, bro, I might really be shooting like 75, 80%. Like, and I'm not even talking about his wins. I'm talking about showing up and showing off. So,
Well,
you know what I
well,
mean?
look, Surf. I mean, look. I
So
mean,
I don't know if daylyt, for you to have to say we don't know which daylyt we gonna get, he's down a
I mean,
point because you
the
know
only
what
bad
surf gonna
surf
pull
Nah,
up.
we
but
seen,
see,
the
but
only
see, in
bad
that
surf
in,
I
in
seen
that
was the
that
two before his last three,
in that
and those
surf,
was
surf.
good
Hold
surfs
on.
too.
Hold on, sir. That you helping paint a narrative right now by saying you don't know what daylight is going to show up
Nah, because I told him
every
like I would
time.
beat the
No,
shit out of
I
somebody
say
we
that
who
no.
never
West
knew.
Look,
Coast daylyt.
no, but no, y'all do know. Every time I battle somebody that matters, I create something new.
True, true, true.
But the new is
I only
unfamiliar though. You feel
I
me?
only do I only do random shit on
Random
niggas
nigga.
that don't matter. Random niggas. That's a fact. Like
That's
But
you
cool.
know,
I could
Day,
agree with
you've
that.
spoken
like
about this before. You say you never come to the battle the same way. That's what we're
no,
saying.
I don't. But what I do is y'all like once again we painting this narrative. Like there's been numerous times that I've done what I've done with Rock via the time it happened. Like when I battled Charlie Clips, I created a new style
Yeah, the MK joint. Yeah,
to keep it
Didn't
going.
you
Like
freestyle against B Dot? Didn't you
yeah,
freestyle against
I'm
Battle
saying,
MK?
but no, don't bring B Dot name in this at all because when I battled B Dot, nobody on earth knew who he was.
yeah. That
Don't
was like the $500 day.
don't we not gonna do that.
That's
You didn't
hilarious.
even know. Nobody even knew who B Dot was. Somebody asked me to battle B Dot in my backyard. I had house shoes on. I went and did it. It was 10 minutes away from my house.
But
We're
is
not gonna
that
do that.
B-Dot's fault? Why can't he
No,
have
it's
that
not. It's
win?
not. It's not. No, he can have that win. I say it all the time. I tell niggas all the time. That's one of the battles that I wish that I actually would have said. I wish I'd have
But you
did
only wish
research
that.
on.
But the funny part though, with the trick to that though is you only wish that because of where he's at now. If he never makes it to where he is now, you don't give a fuck about that shit. So in
That's fact.
reality, you handle it like you did at the time, bro. If I'm pulling around if I'm Sue Surf currently, like Sue Surf of battle rap, and they're like, yo, yeah, you about to battle somebody around the corner, did it like that, and he's a no name, I'ma treat it like that. Just because he grow up next year, 5 years
That's
later to
fact.
be Jason Tatum, now I'm gonna say I wish I would have kicked the little nigga ass when he was a fucking nobody. So it's not that you don't respect him, it's just that you handled it how you handled it in the time of what it was.
Yeah. But see, all right.
That's
So
simple.
in regards to this,
That's in
right?
the
Like
sense of
with
how
this.
Chess did Jack Boy just now.
Now it's another thing too. Like you know, the culture has this wild narrative, and I blame Surf for this because you started this narrative.
Like a culture.
Uh,
I started something like
you
the whole
started something, the whole culture. You started if it ain't URL, it don't count. You started that.
for sure. Yeah, that's
You
my.
for sure
I got to
started
dig
that.
back to like really make that like that was a strong
No,
move. Like
Surf. Look,
my
I'm gonna
arms
tell you
getting
something.
strong.
I'm gonna tell you something, and it's something you might not know. You know, you gave birth to like not give a fuck daylight. You know that, right?
Did I?
I'm gonna pinpoint the time you did it, and this is before any antic. This is before any of those things. It was when you were arguing with Reed Dollars on the phone. I don't know who radio show y'all was on, and you told Reed Dollars you don't give a fuck what he did. How many views do he got?
Right.
At
Right.
that moment, at that exact moment, my brain said, it's not about skills, it's about view.
It's a video
And then
game.
I went on this epic, I didn't give a fuck to get the views up there. So you
and
actually,
and
you actually
and then
did me a good
you
favor.
flick that switch right on, and it don't matter how you took your role to get where you get. You flip that switch right on. It like, oh shit, he could rap.
But Pete, no, this is the method to my madness. I stayed off of URL purposely so that I could fuck around.
Right.
And then when everybody was pretty much in their like LeBron year, you know, everybody old heads now. Y'all got about 10 more battles and y'all done.
I
I'm
might got
still
4.
a I'm still a rookie.
Yes, you could battle everybody. You could do this
That's
for everybody.
genius.
Yeah,
I'm in the URL ninth grade and I'm 36.
facts. No, that's facts. That's a full fact.
I'm playing junior varsity and I got grown man muscles.
Not
Nah,
junior varsity.
that's facts. The dead ass. That's facts. That's how I always felt about setting these battles. Like I could literally just stop tomorrow and just come back 3 years later and still got 5, 6 grudges left, 7 grudges. Like I mean, like that shit, all that shit, the viewership, all that shit matter, bro. That shit bargaining chips. That shit weight. That shit pull. That's why these niggas can't pick and choose. That's why these niggas gotta say yeah when I say it's time to go. Who the fuck
All right,
don't?
so what is the grudge? What's all the grudge matches that's left?
For me?
Not just in general, like culturally.
Okay. You got. Well, I just start off with me. You got Mook and Core left. I mean, surfing. You got surfing Mook. You got surfing Core. If we just going off whether I take it or not, don't matter. Surfing Mook, surfing Core, surfing Math. Those surfing goods. Those 4 guaranteed all around the culture grudges. Uh, you still got Mook and Briz, which is probably like
Light,
the number one in the culture.
light
You
and
And
got
nitty,
light.
Jazz and Misfit, yeah.
You got Light and
light and
Lux.
nitty.
You got Jazz and Misfit. Nah, we talking about grudge. Light and Nitty, not a grudge. That's just something that all fans, both sides want to see because they both can rap. We talking about grudge like
Facts.
brewing between them two, Jazz and Misfit. I said the Mook and Briz. You know what I mean? It's not a million. Like it's not a deal. The culture we having 50, 60 events a year. Like it's not many grudges here.
Yeah,
Light and
storylines aren't
Lux.
really building up like they used to.
Yeah, and then
I think,
again, you know
what
your
do
favorite
you think?
battle rapper.
Do you think like all right, what could we do to build these storylines, or is that just a thing of the past? Like, are we just
It's
running
low
on
key.
our
It's
last
not
tank of
necessarily.
gas?
It's not
Have a
necessarily
slap box match. Have a
it's
slap
not a
boxing
low
match at
key.
Midnight Madness.
It's not a thing of the past. What it is because the battles happen in such succession. It's like it's only 30 days. You can't really build a grudge in 30 days, and then like a lot of the battlers, they don't have the long mind span of like how like you far sighted and near sighted. Like they don't see far enough to say, okay, I could start cooking this with him. Like me and you cooking a battle, and I'm booked for something else. I probably battle 2, 3 more motherfuckers before I see you, but they want to see it. You gotta multitask. You feel me? Like a lot of motherfuckers don't know how to like watch. Like they watch a certain shit brew. Like when JC battle, I still throw my jabs. Then they'll talk about that shit for a day, and then go back to whatever my business is. You feel me? You gotta make a stand on somebody's shit. You know what I mean? So
Yo, Buck, what's your question, bro?
First thing first, I just want to say, Surf, since Cocaine Paradise, my nigga, you've been the GOAT. Um,
dog,
but yeah, I still tap into that shit to this day. But for real, when is the date? What month we looking at for Light and Surf? May, June, April?
um,
What is looking like?
it's summer for me. Summer closer to the end of the year type shit. Anything after the summer is no earlier than June. It's no earlier than June at all. Nigga got to tape. I got to battle. I got a battle or two. I got to knock out. I got to tape. I got to guarantee knockout, and I got to get ready for this alien. Like that's like I won't act like he not a bulk of work. I mean he's a bulk of work. No battle that I've prepared for yet have I. I have. There's not a battle that I did already that I walked in with enough material that I had me comfortable with battling daylight. None of the shit you seen like I like with the. None of that shit is like enough for me.
Now, live for me, when I seen Light versus Rock, I said Gentleman's 30 for Light, Gentleman's.
Okay.
But on the playback, I gave it a 2-1, a 2-1 for Light. I want to see how y'all feel about that. Like, what y'all calling that?
He lost the rock, but whatever.
I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all.
Hey, sir, you seen that firsthand in person, though. You was over there doing prayer hands in real life, nigga. Stop lying.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can't. This something I'm not gonna like. I want I ain't no fake nigga. I want to act like this ain't just something to do. It's def just something to do. I mean, it's very hard to like, especially when you know you got like other shit lurking out there. Like I know Goods lurking, I know Daylight lurking. Like I mean, so I know Mook lurking, shit like that. So I'm, I've been pinning for a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? It's like, you look at your contract. Like my contract is, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not a one contract thing. I got, you know what I mean? So it's a multiple, you know what I mean, type shit. So I already see past like it's hard to like take yourself out that mode. Like like this is just another fight, especially with it being Cortez, and I know I got other full blown fights. Like, you know how hard that is? Like, people don't understand the technicals of battle rap. I could come up with something so crazy and be like, it's almost like sometimes I'll be writing for a feature and shit. The line be so hard. I'm like, oh, let me tuck that. I got an album coming up. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be getting ready. You could be getting ready for core. And it's like, you got light. You got this one. You got like shit, not even, like, that ain't even, that's too much for Cortez. Let me put that to the side so it get tough. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, say that for Vixen.
Type shit. You get what I'm saying? Like that. Like, yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, I tried to get on. I hit Beasley about the Kings versus Queens shit, and we was talking about something, but we couldn't figure out what would make sense. Who would y'all want to see me battle via Kings versus Queens?
Hmm. Prestavia. Like pin wise, like talent wise, she's not
E
really in
Heart.
our time wise, but pin wise, Flames.
Hmm.
It
I
ain't too
think
many
you
women
still owe Tori a battle.
talk nice.
Yeah, I do still owe Tory battle. I still. Hey, hold on. Hey, this is an easy battle. We call Beasley. I still got my clips. Hold on.
Still got my clips. Cheater.
Your anti was good.